Hi guys, happy Jamhuri Day. Thank you for coming back. If you're new here, my name is Hilda Ombogo, and thank you very much for clicking that button and choosing to be here. If you'd want to subscribe and you don't know how, just click on that red icon written subscribe. You just press it. It's free of charge. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for consuming our content, for coming back, for believing in us, and for supporting me. May God bless you. So today being a Monday and a Jamhuri Day, everyone is asleep right now. It's around 9 p.m. And today I feel overwhelmed. I feel happy because something happened that I want to share, and that is why I just randomly picked the camera na nikaanza kushoot. So today when I woke up, when I went through my TikTok, I realized that the last video that we shot with my friend, it had made my account grow. That is one. And then the number of views had skyrocketed, kama kuna jina kama hiyo. So what I realized is, yesterday I was at 3,000 views, but waking up today I was at 30,000 views. 30,000 views. Do you know what that even means? That people out there are consuming your content and are happy about what you're doing. So wow, I felt so good. I felt so happy, by the way. If you've not watched that video, nimeka clip on my TikTok account, but the full video is on my YouTube channel. So it's on things we wished we knew before parenthood. If you want to watch the full video, go to my YouTube channel. And a number of you responded, a number of you commented. That was so good. I was able to answer a number of questions to over 100 people that had commented and asked questions. But this evening I felt, why not shoot something about some of the questions that were asked by people. So I randomly nimechukua tu aka paper and wrote down some of the things that I would want to share today, and then maybe we can present it as a full topic some other time. So what I'll present a number of questions that were asked by so many people, and then I'll give 5 tips that I've come with that maybe will help an individual out there. So one of the questions that were asked, so what we will do, we'll go straight to the questions. I think I picked the most asked, that were 3 of them. So the first questions was what we need to know. What do we need to know? Because majority of you asked, yes, you presented all this, but what do we need to know? And according to me, what I would begin by saying is, what we need to know is, parenthood is not easy, especially with the pregnancy journey. We are all different when it comes to pregnancy. And one of the things that we need to know, whether smooth, whether rough pregnancy, at the end of the journey, everything is worth. The wait, the pain, the sleepless nights, it is all worth it at the end of that journey. So that is one of the things that I would highlight here, that we need to know, that the journey is worth it at the end of the time. At the end of the 9 months, that journey is worth it. Because why do I say that? Because at the end of the time, you will hold the bundle of joy that you're blessed with. At the end of the time, utapumzika and all that. The other question, I want answering these questions, let me know down below. What do you think we should know before motherhood and all that? So the other question is, are pregnancies the same? I would answer this way. One, I work in a hospital. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but as a healthcare provider in mental health, I've realized, and listening to different mothers who've given birth to, who've given birth to, no, they're not first-time mothers, if I would put it that way. See, first-time mothers, what I usually pick with them, pregnancies are different, unlike kids. Venye tu watoto hawafananangi. The same thing with the pregnancies. You'd hear a first time mom telling you that their experience was smooth, they didn't have any problem. On the other hand, you still hear from a first time mom that they had a rough journey that was not easy from the first trimester to the end of the 9 months. The other thing that I've picked from these mothers, utapatana na a mom who is not a first time mom, amepata mtoto wa kwanza, amepata mtoto wa pili, but they'll tell you pregnancies are different. They would tell you the first pregnancy was smooth, the second pregnancy was tough, the third pregnancy probably they've spent the entire time in hospital and all that due to probably some complications that they've had. On the other hand, you will hear a mother who will say that they've not had any challenges with their first kid, with their second kid, with their third kid. So I would answer that this way: pregnancies are different. Unaweza kuwa the same mother who've given birth to different kids, but all pregnancies are different. Okay, so the same way my pregnancy journey would be totally different with your pregnancy journey. Maybe I'm experiencing nausea, I'm experiencing backaches, I'm experiencing insomnia, or what we call lack of sleep. But for you, everything is smooth. Unakula vizuri, unalala vizuri, unalala vizuri. Kama ni activities, you are doing everything and nothing is bothering you. So yes, pregnancies are not the same. Mothers, let us know down below. Do you think pregnancies are different? What were your experiences, especially those who have the first kid, the second kid, the third kid? Wamebeba pregnancies tofauti. Was your experience the same with the first pregnancy, the second pregnancy? Ama things were different? And then the third question that was asked sana, it's about first time moms, on what they are supposed to know and all that. Now, how I would answer this: one, I said motherhood is beautiful, especially when you carry your bundle of joy. And those who've carried pregnancies, wenye wameweza kubarikiwa kubeba mimba, you start bonding with your kid right after mtoto ameanza kukick, not even after the mtoto ameanza kukick. The minute you learn that you're pregnant, you start connecting with the changes physically, emotionally, all that. So about first time moms, just know the journey is not easy, not tough, depending on how that pregnancy will react to you. At the end of it all, we said that it's worth it. And then what else do you need to know as a first time mom? Motherhood doesn't come with a manual. Hakuna expert wa nishawahi beba mimba. I don't think there is an expert, because one of the things that we've mentioned are pregnancies are different. So sidhani kuna mtu anaweza sema ni expert wa delivery, kuna expert wa kubeba mimba. I don't think so. So yeah, motherhood doesn't come with a manual. Every day is a learning day. Every day is a learning day. Unaweza kuwa na a lot of challenges in your first trimester, but come second trimester, things isn't, mambo yamekuwa rahisi. Come the trimester, again, we do not know what will happen. We do not know whether we'll get to 38 weeks. We do not know whether we'll get to 40 weeks or 42 weeks. So again, we learn things during pregnancy each and every day. So those were the most asked questions. And one of the things, just a recap of what we had talked about, is some of the things that we didn't even know during our pregnancy, or before we even got pregnant, and we wished that we knew. And some of these, no, I won't tell you. If you want to know some of the things that we wished we knew before getting pregnant, go to my YouTube channel and you will find them there. So today what I want to add on what I've presented is How do we prepare? How do we prepare? As much as you said motherhood doesn't come with a manual, how do we prepare? And one of the things that I feel like we should know, or we should prepare before motherhood and before baby comes, is know a few things about pregnancy. Because honestly, I feel like a number of we ladies, we miss a lot when it comes to since conception. Conceive, yes, since kushika mimba to delivery. Now, some of the things that you will identify with women out there, mambo mingi watu will miss ni about the clinics. When am I supposed to start my clinics? Most of us miss that. Kama ni clinics, for after how long should I visit my gyna or the nurse at the facility and all that. The other thing we should be able to know is the right diet that we are supposed to take. And when I talk about diet, ni a balanced diet that will give you the minerals and the vitamins that are required. Unajua sasa you are two of you and you need some extra vitamins, some extra what else? Sitaki kuwadanganya. Some extra energy, some extra, all those other things that are found kwa chakula na kwa the supplements that are usually taken. So a number of moms, I've come across a number of moms who even don't know when to start with their supplements. Imagine. So I feel like some things, I still feel like we are supposed to be educated about some things. We need to create awareness of some things to prevent even some deformities that some kids get due to maybe lack of knowledge that I was supposed to take supplements and all that. And the other thing that I feel that we need to prepare is no possible ways of delivery. But before we even get there, yeah, I think for every mom, the minute you get pregnant, unaanzanga kufikiria about delivery. I don't know kama ni mimi peke yake, but it gets to that point whereby you think the mode of delivery. So one of the things that I would say we need to know, we need to stay open-minded. Ile yenye we hope that we will push, but also be open-minded that before even we get there, let us discuss the mode of deliveries. Of course, kuna C-section and kuna normal delivery. So most of we mothers hope that we will get this kid or will bring this life normally. But most of the times unapata during labor something happened and you are not able to do natural birth. So one of the things that I would say and I would encourage is to have an open mind that you can deliver through natural birth or through C-section. I think during labor, if in case anything happens, utakuwa usha prepare that. Nimeshindwa kufunguka, nimeshindwa kuleba, mtoto hawezi toka, I can go through that C-section without bargaining with God to help you maybe birth normally, or maybe borrow time from the doctors to see whether you will do what, utapata mtoto normally and all that. So you should be open-minded that anything may happen. Again, about anything may happen, not everyone gets to 42 weeks, to 40 weeks, to 38 weeks. I've seen a number of moms getting their bundle of joy at even 20-something weeks, at 30 weeks, before 40 weeks. That happens. Again, be open-minded that the minute maybe you may clock mwisho wa second trimester to that trimester, anything may happen. Unaweza shikwa na labor anywhere. So again, about that, prepare your hospital bag. And let me know, when should you prepare the hospital bag? Kuna watu ushikwa tu off guard and they have nothing. They have someone to send home, but hakuna kitu inapatikana. On the same hand, kuna mtu anakuanga hajanunua anything ya mtoto. Toto amekuja at 30 weeks, maybe at 36 weeks, haukuwa na nguo, you don't know where to start and all that. So let me know down below, at what point should you prepare your hospital bag? For me, I think I prepared it, I think before third trimester, I had already prepared. But unajua ukiwa first time mom, you prepare in all ways and in all kinds of manner. Again, what other things should you know? What other things should you know about pregnancy? Apart from those, you can add on what you think mothers should know before delivery, before pregnancy, and all that. The third thing that I want to add on is have a support system. Have a support system. If there is one thing that I usually preach to mothers about, is a support system, and not only a support system, any support system, but a positive support system. When I talk about a positive support system, I'm talking about an individual who understands what you're going through, because not everyone will understand what you're going through. What do I mean by that? I've said pregnancies are different, the same emotions and reaction and physical changes and emotional changes that comes about with pregnancy. Not every woman will experience that. Again, not every man will understand what you're going through. So choose a support system that understands what you're going through. Choose a support system that you can sit down and maybe inquire from them. Because I feel like if you have a positive support system of a lady who is maybe older than you or have delivered and is a mother, or maybe a health practitioner, you'd be comfortable to ask them some of the questions that we are discussing here. Like, what if I labor na nikose kupata mtoto in natural way? What happens? In case nipatwe na uchungu kama wiki hazijafika, what happens? Na some of these questions or talks with our support system would reduce the anxiety that we carry around during pregnancy, because we don't know what will happen, especially when we clock the third semester. So I would encourage support system that is positive, support system that will work with you, that will change a bit of your environment away from you being pregnant, and maybe change that environment to maybe a walk, maybe a coffee, maybe mtu anakupeleka uende utengenezwe kanywele, you feel good about yourself, because again, inafikanga mahali you get tired, you even forget yourself. Mimi sijui, maybe you can share out there, but I've heard of mothers who, unajua, pregnancy is tricky. Kuna pregnancies hazitakangi kitu, kuna pregnancies hazitakangi mpaka kuoga, kuna pregnancies hazitakangi mpaka kuoga. So you can imagine you're pregnant, you don't want any disturbance when it comes to your hair, haujatengenezwa nywele. There are ladies who really prepare for labor na kwenda hospitali. Kuna wengine maybe hata ushave juu wamechokeshwa na nywele. Na kuna wengine uchungu tu uwapata wakiwa na nywele walishukwa 2 months ago. So you can imagine if you have someone to psych you up and akupeleka salon, at least unashukwa, ama maybe too and come up with a way that will at least encourage you to stay ready, as much as you don't want maybe to have long sittings to make your hair and all that. Okay, so mothers out there, those who are pregnant out there, those who are saying that they are scared, I'm scaring them because of what we discussed with in the previous session. No, I'm not trying to scare you. We are telling you facts and things that we faced and things that we wished someone talked to us about. So you take this advantage, identify someone who is positive, someone who will help you through that journey, someone that you can sit down with and maybe discuss with them comfortably without being judged. Okay? So remember, positive support system. The other thing that, and to add on a positive support system, we've talked about sharing your feelings about how you feel. Because majority of time, we are not able to discuss maybe with our loved one or our supporters on how we feel. Because, as I mentioned, we are very different. Kuna mtu usikia ako overwhelmed, inafika mahali they are breaking down, they are crying, let them know about what you're feeling, express your feelings and all that. Okay, yeah. So the other thing that I would want to mention about is getting enough rest. Getting enough rest, I feel like it's important, yenye naeza categorize kwa self care, taking care of yourself emotionally. And when I talk about emotionally, is to identify maybe something that would stress you up, identify some of the triggers that would weigh you down, and find a way to deal with them or avoid them. That is one. Secondly, enough sleep is very important, because remember, someone is inside you, na most of the times unapatanga ukiwa up and down, the reaction could be different with when you are sleeping and all that. The other thing on self-care is eating healthy, taking your supplements, having a support system and all that. The other thing that naeza ieka kwa getting enough rest is what? Is to avoid things like getting burnt out. Imagine you're working at the same time you are pregnant and you are overwhelmed, and we mentioned that it gets to a point whereby you are tired, you can barely do nothing. So if you get some time to sleep, just rest. And I don't think there is anything else that I can add on that. And then the last thing that I had written down, though I had mentioned it, is reduce stress and identify your triggers. We are all human. We are surrounded socially by a lot of things. Economically, a lot is happening. At home, a number of things are happening. Emotionally, we have a lot. We are required in our workplaces. So a lot, in short, what I mean, a lot usually happens to an individual. And what I would encourage you, or I would begin by saying, we cannot avoid some of these things that usually happen, but we can identify some of the things that can stress us up, deal with them, talk to someone about it, or avoid them. Sindio? Do the minute unajistress, una stress mtoto. Sawa sawa. So yeah. So what do you think? It was a short one, but I felt like I wanted to say thank you and maybe highlight a number of things that can help a first-time mom or a mom who is pregnant out there and is confused about what next. So thank you very much for watching, for subscribing, for consuming this content, and for loving it. Sawa sawa? In case of any other question or any other topic that you want us to discuss, the floor is open. Let me know. You are my supporters, you are my followers. I will obey to what you want. So thank you very much, guys, for being here, and until next time, have a good night and bye.